Hey everyone, my name is Mira Scarlett and I have been a full-time content creator for over 2 years now. I am a cosplayer, a seamstress, and a live streamer, and the main thing that I do is I make costumes and clothing from scratch and I share that process online. I began live streaming on Twitch 5 years ago and I became a creative partner on Twitch in 2017, and then this year I began doing weekly sewing live streams here on YouTube. Today I just want to show you my creative setup that I use for live streaming that I have been tweaking and changing up over the years as I have been able to learn and make upgrades. Hopefully this will help inspire anyone that is interested in doing creative live streaming, whether you sew or you knit, whether you work with foam or leather or resin, and you want to share that with the world. And I will have links in the description below to all of the products and the equipment that I discuss in this video. You can also visit my Amazon shop so you can see other products and things that I recommend, from live streaming to sewing to fashion to cosplay to food. So yeah, there's that if you want to check that out. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this video and I will show you guys my setup. All right, and here is my creative live streaming setup and how I record all my live streamings, my whole live stream station for everything I do, from creative live streaming to gaming to everything else. So let's see where to start. I guess the biggest thing to start with is probably the webcams. I use Logitech webcams and also webcam covers because they're watching you. I highly suggest getting these. I use these for all my cameras. But yeah, I use a Logitech C922 as my main camera. Up here for my workspace, I use another Logitech. It is a C920, and then I have a third C920 over here, and this points in the direction of my sewing machines and everything. So whenever I'm transitioning between cutting and crafting and then over to sewing, I just have to switch my scenes in OBS and I can capture everything. For my craft table webcam, I have this attachment right here. It is a strong attachment that allows me to adjust it up and down if I need to get closer onto my craft table for a better view. And that allows my camera to just hover right over my craft table. So it's very convenient and it looks really great on camera. In addition to that, I also have this really strong, it is slightly bendable. It's not super bendable, but it is super duper strong and sturdy, and is strong enough to hold up all of this so that it has the proper amount of distance to actually go over my craft table. So yeah, it's just like a bendy snake arm, but a super sturdy one. It's really heavy and it doesn't bend a lot. Oh, and in the background you guys can see my ring light. It is a dimmable ring light. I've been using this one for 4+ years now, and I use it not only for my live streaming setup but also for my photo shoots. And that is also paired with a softbox, and that gives me enough light, but I did just recently invest in another ring light because they were on hardcore sale on Amazon. So definitely gonna have a link for that. Hopefully it'll be still on sale once this video comes out. And jumping back, this is another little webcam snake arm that I use that helps me easily adjust where this camera is so that I can get those angles that I need when I'm at my sewing machine. So this has a lot more mobility than this one here, but this one is stronger and more sturdy, whereas this one, it will droop. It will droop if it's too heavy or if it's in an awkward position, but overall it gets the job done for what I need it for. Another thing I highly suggest you invest in if you are a crafting creative streamer is getting a self-healing cutting mat. You can use rotary blades on these and it's not going to create a bunch of gouges in your work surface. So it's great to protect your table, and it also just is really efficient and just makes things so much easier. Let's see, my mat is 48 by 36 inches, and I actually have a pretty big workspace, which is really, really convenient for me. So yeah, definitely recommend the cutting mat. Another thing to allow you for more space, if you have 2 monitors especially, which when you're live streaming I do suggest, because you will need to have chat up, you'll need to have OBS up, and possibly other references and such. So having 2 monitors is definitely great. My monitors, I think they're about 24 inches or so, and to give me extra space for my work area, I have them mounted on these mounts right here. So that keeps them elevated off of the table, so I have even more space for storage, for this tripod here. And yeah, it's very convenient. Another really great thing is that these can, like, you can move these around as needed. You can move them up and down. So these help me out a lot when I have different setups or when I'm filming and I might need to like move my monitors out of the way. It's extremely helpful, and I can't move them a lot right now, but like you can kind of see, you can move them this way, move it like that. So it's extremely handy. I highly recommend getting one if you can invest in it. And I actually have a whole separate little table back there that just mainly holds that and gives me a little bit of extra storage space. For my mic, I use a Blue Yeti mic. I have been using this since I started live streaming. I actually started using with like my built-in webcam that was in my laptop. But yeah, this is the first big upgrade I've made on my mic, and I haven't changed it since. In fact, I do have a second one that I use. And in addition to having a good mic, having a really good boom arm for it to hold up on is extremely important. I learned this over the years after investing in a lot of the crappy ones that are like maybe $20 or so. And they like to spring up, they don't like to stay in place, and they're awful, and I don't like them. So, oh hey Kirby, let's get you back in place. But so what I have here is the Rode boom arm, and I cannot recommend this enough. It's extremely sturdy. It's really easy to move around because I do move this back and forth between this work area and the kitchen for when I do my cooking live streams. So, so yeah, having a nice one like this, I highly recommend, because you can move it and swivel it and it stays in place, and it just cooperates so much better than the crappy boom arms I've bought in the past. So yeah, I highly recommend investing in one of these. Oh yeah, and when you're doing creative live streaming, since I have a lot of cameras set up in weird places, oftentimes, especially with the Logitech webcams, their cords are not long enough, so you might need to invest in a USB extension cord. This one allows it to go into my PC, which is over there, and then run all the way through here to this webcam here that points at my craft table. So that is very helpful for that. Also, as a creative live streamer, I do recommend getting a pair of wireless headphones. I use AirPods. You don't have to get ones that are this expensive, but since you're going to be moving around a lot, you will want to have headphones so that you can have like your music and your notifications and everything going through your headphones, so it's not creating an unpleasant echo or anything on the stream, and also so you can actually hear all your notifications and stuff, so you know that things are happening. Woo! As for my mouse and keyboard setup, again, as a creative live streamer, I do recommend getting wireless mice. This one, my Razer Lance head is broken actually, so it can't actually be wireless anymore. But this is a great mouse. Razer Lance head, that's what this thing is, right? Yes, Razer Lance head. This thing is great. It's a little bit OP and expensive, so if you don't do gaming, you definitely don't need this, but it is really nifty if you get a Razer keyboard because the lights sync up and everything. So if you're an RGB junkie and you like this kind of aesthetic and have the money to invest in it, I do recommend it. I've spilled stuff on both of these actually, and they're still kicking and looking good, so yeah, take better care of them than I have, you know? And then if you are on more of a budget and you still want a cute mouse, this one is really great. I got this for less than $20. It is also wireless, because the less wires in your work area when you're cutting things and everything, the better. So eventually I would like to get a wireless keyboard, but didn't have that. If you're obnoxious like me, you can get a clackety-clack RGB keyboard. So this one is really great. I love it. It's fantastic. The only downside I would say is that some of the buttons are easy to pop off. My calculator button pops off quite a bit. But aside from that, it's really great, and it also has this nice little wrist space here. So I love this one. Very aesthetic, RGB. Also, if you're wondering why I have 2 mice and 2 keyboards, it's because I run a 2 PC live streaming setup, so that's why. Oh, another thing I'll mention is I really like to get like card playing mats for mouse pads, just because they're huge. They just cover so much area. So, and they're really pretty. So I don't know if anyone else does that. I'm sure some people do, but yeah, this is so much better than just a tiny little mouse pad. So, and it's Saber. If you really want to be fancy and get on a quote-unquote pro streamer status, you can get a stream deck. This just makes it a lot easier to transition between your scenes and do other things, like you can put little sound bites, you can put like your emotes and stuff that'll go directly to your chat. There's a lot you can do with the stream deck, but my personal favorite thing to do is to set up my scenes. So I've got my sewing main, I have a sewing small, I've got my table main and my table small. This is just switching between my work areas depending on what I'm working on, and it just makes the stream look really smooth and run well, and just, I guess, ups the production value. So yeah, if this is something you're interested in investing in, I do recommend it if you live stream a lot and you're serious about live streaming and you just want to make things a little bit easier on you, so you don't have to go to your mouse and change things in OBS or whatever software you use. So yeah, do some research, because you can do some really cool things with this stream deck. So yes. Another thing I'll just like briefly mention is that I have like 3 tripods. I use multiple tripods while I am filming, because in addition to making videos for YouTube and live streaming, I also try to make small videos for Instagram Reels and for TikTok. I'm just trying to make all the video content. As a content creator, you have to keep trying all these new methods and try to stay on top of things and adapt. Yeah, having some tripods is helpful for if you want to make video content in addition to live streaming, which I do recommend, but it is a lot of work. So just a little tidbit I thought I would add. Also, for my creative streams, I like to have my iron nearby so I can just kind of, move it over in front of my cameras so that it is in view so people can see what I'm doing. I have this ironing board, which has been really sturdy and great to me over the years. This is the iron that I use. I use a nice Cheel iron. I love it because it has auto off features, so it helps my anxiety a lot. And it has a super easy to clean titanium plate, which I have not cleaned in probably ever, but it's great and it gets the job done for me. And yeah, also tailor hams. I'm sorry, I'm just literally showing you guys like random sewing equipment at this point. But yeah, I think I've covered all of the main things that I use for my creative setup that I think are going to be very beneficial to anyone interested in doing the thing. And yeah, don't feel like you need to get all these things at once. It took me years to save up for these upgrades and to figure out what exactly I needed to optimize my own live stream setup and everything. So it's entirely up to you, but these are some suggestions for you guys. And I hope that you start going after your live streaming passions and adventures and give it a try. Don't be nervous. Like I said, when I first started, I started with a laptop with a built-in webcam, and yeah, you can start small. It's totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. So yeah, I wish you guys the best of luck with your own setups, and of course, if you have any questions, let me know. And yeah, the products will be linked in the description, and yeah, let me know if I can help out any further. I hope this was good. Alright, and that's the video. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope there was some helpful information in there for you guys. And if you happen to have any questions, don't hesitate to comment below. I will do my best to help you out as best that I can. If you want to check out some of my work, get free downloadable patterns and stuff, you can check out my website, www.mirrorscarlettTV.com. You can also follow me across all social media. I'm basically Mirror Scarlett TV across almost everything. Also, if you're interested in supporting my work and you want to get access to behind the scenes content, extra selfies, high-res photos, early access to my YouTube videos, as well as credits and shout-outs at the end of my videos, then you can check out my Patreon, and depending on the tier that you pledge to, you can see what goodies are available in each tier. And you are helping me get more materials for videos and help me continue my content creating journey, so I greatly appreciate it. But But yeah, if you're interested in sewing and cosplay related content, definitely subscribe and tune in to my sewing live streams that I do here on YouTube every Sunday. I wish you guys the best of luck in all of your creative endeavors, and live streaming can be a little bit intimidating at first, but I swear you can do it, you've got this, and I hope that the tools I recommended can help you get the job done. So guys, thank you so much for tuning into the video. I will see you guys next time, and just take good care of yourselves. See you later. Bye.
Thank you so much to my patrons for supporting my work, and a special shout out to my fabulous Flower Power tier, Babak the Bog, Brad Shelton, Eric Bolaños, Jamie, John Fillers, and Mr. Borland. Thank you guys so much.